Okay, so Axiom has just launched its new BNB Memecoin trading platform. In this video, I'm going to be giving you guys a full guide alongside tips and tricks on how you can get started trading BNB Memecoins directly on Axiom. So first of all, to actually get money into the BNB platform, on Axiom, what you can go ahead and do is click deposit over here. You can either deposit straight to your deposit address, or you can actually just go over here to convert and actually just convert your Solana that you have from before over to BNB. And I do have a video on how to fully do that and everything, but it's really easy to do. But yeah, as you can see here, we have the poll section, which is exactly the same as the poll section we have for Solana over on Axiom. So yeah, it's very easy to use because obviously, you can quickly interchange between the two platforms. You can just quickly go over here and go click on BNB, click on Solana, etc. So it's very interchangeable, very easy to use. You don't have to leave the platform. It's not as complicated as GMGN, for example. Good morning, good night. So yeah, it's super easy to use, super easy to switch. As you can see here, we have the new players tab over here. Everything is very similar. Of course, we have the tweets over here, and you can see same as before, so you can directly hover over and see the tweet. You have the platform before that meme, as you can see here. This one here is Binance as well, so it's over here on the side with a little color code as well. Yeah, you can also go directly click on this link and it'll open up the meme page for this. And then obviously here you have the Twitter search. You can search the contract address on Twitter to see what everybody's saying about it, and number of holders, number of calls that are directly invested in it, and the dev migrations. So how many migrations has the dev done? So this is one, and he's launched one migration for this dev, and he's launched 97 coins. And you obviously have the market cap here and the volume, so the amount of buy and sell volume, etc. This is a top holder percentage, and this is just going to analyze the token and everything like that, generate a bubble map. And this is the also like dev funding and everything, so you can see if the dev is legit or not. And the sniper, so you see a ton of different features obviously happening here. Super great platform, of course. Axiom is the #1 platform. I've been using it since it came out, and it's just been legendary. Like, tons of good features. And you also do have all the other features, so you can hide a token here. As you can see, I want to hide a token, I can quickly just do that. I can blacklist the dev. I can also blacklist the Twitter profile in case like there's a scam going around or something like that. You see a ton of features, way more features than a good morning, good night for sure. And then we also have filters. Obviously, we do have the actual settings for slippage and everything like that. I'll be going through that later. So when you actually go over here and trade, there'll be certain settings you can use for your slippage, your bribe, your gas fee, etc. I'll be going over that as well, because that's always super important, because it's a bit different from Solana. So I'll be going over that later in the video, but let's just keep it on the poll section for now. I want to go ahead and go over the filters. So as you can see here, we have our protocols here. We got Meme, Binance, PancakeSwap, Uniswap. Usually the main one is Meme, so that's the main one you need. So you can leave Binance off. Usually the default is just Meme, so you can't just leave it like that. And then you have the quote tokens over here. Obviously the two main quote tokens are that BNB and BNB, and then maybe USDT as well, but it's mainly just these two over here that we use as the main quote tokens. But it's obviously up to you which ones you want to leave, which ones you don't want to use. But most coins will just start off with that BNB or BNB as the main quote token. So here we have our filters here, so you can search by keywords, you can exclude keywords, etc. So maybe if you're looking for a specific coin, you might just search for a specific keyword. Maybe there's a scam going on and you don't want to stop seeing a specific coin, just exclude it here. And then obviously we've got dex paid here, and age. So this is the age of the coin, so you can set the age to be like 90 minutes old, or 90 hours, 90 seconds, etc. And then we have top 10 holders. Obviously you don't want this above like 30%. Dev holding, also you don't really want, this depends, you really don't want this above like 25%, but I'm going to leave this because obviously there's times where like the dev might be holding a lot, but it's for like a specific reason. So maybe the dev is actually like maybe sending out supply to an influencer or something like that. Like it depends really. But yeah, I don't know. It depends. If you're gonna put on, I'll probably say about like 20%. You don't want to dev holding more than 20%. Snipers, you want to leave this below 20% as well. If it's too high, then it's probably, you know, a scam or anything like that. Holders, probably, you know, you want like 8 holders. This is just the amount of people holding the coin. Dev migrations, this doesn't really matter. You know, if devs never migrated to coin before, it should be fine, because obviously there can be new coins that are pretty good, but obviously you don't want to be missing out on them just because you've set your dev migration to 1, for example. So you're not seeing that dev come up on new pairs, and then dev pairs created as well. You can also maybe set that to, you know, maybe like 400 or something if you want, but I'm just gonna leave this because I don't think it's that important as well. Metrics, liquidity. So liquidity, you can set this to maybe to like 5, 6, 7,000. This is useful if you want to suck coins that are, you know, really new from just like taking up your entire feed. Volume, you set this to like 8,000 minimum. Market cap, you set that to like 8,000, 9,000, 10,000 minimum. Money curve, you can just leave this if you set the market cap. Transactions, you can set it to like 10. Min buys, I'm gonna set it to 10. Min sells, I usually set it to like 6 or something. So yeah, and then obviously you have the socials as well. So trade uses, this is like basically how many times they've changed the username. So you can usually set this to like 3 maybe. I think that's not too bad. And then tweet age, but I mean you can also just leave it, like you don't really need the Twitter reusers that much. But I'm gonna just set to 4 in this case. I think 4 isn't that bad. And then a tweet age, obviously that's how long the tweet has actually been, how long it's been out, so the age of the tweet. So I'm just gonna, you don't really need to change this, I'm just gonna leave it for now. Then also you can check whether there's a Twitter, website, Telegram, etc., or at least one social. I'm also just gonna leave that because I don't think that's that important. But yeah, that's for new pairs, and as you can see, that's done quite a bit of filter now. So it's filtered out a lot of trash. You can obviously go ahead and make some changes to these, maybe just reduce some amounts or anything like that. Like you know, reduce some, you know, different filters so you can see more coins. But obviously we also have a final stretch as well. Final stretch, you don't really need to change that much. I'd probably say the only thing you really need is set volume to like 30,000, market cap you set to like 25,000. So I'm not seeing anything that's already like in new pairs, and yeah, that's pretty decent. And then migrated, you don't really want to do anything here. Probably just want to set the market cap to about 20,000 or 15,000 actually, just so you make sure you're not seeing anything that's kind of died. And then yeah, that's it right there. So that's the filters for you. Filters it. So yeah, those are the filters that I would recommend using if you're trading BNB Memecoins on Axiom. Next, of course, we're going to go over and check out the trackers page. This is where you can actually just add your wallets, your different wallets that you want to track. So right now I've got 3 wallets: Letterbomb, US, and Meme King. As you can see on the live trades, I can see exactly what's coming through, you know, what they're buying and selling, etc. There are some different filters that you can use here with the live trades. Usually you don't really need to change them. Obviously the only thing that you really want to change maybe is the sell partial. But you don't really need to change them that much. Everything here is fine. Maybe like the market cap, maybe set to like 10,000, so you're not seeing like scam coins or just like quick pump and dumps or anything like that, or farming. And then obviously here you have the Twitter handles as well, so you can go ahead and add your own Twitter handle, everything like that. So if I just go over to top subscriptions, I can add let's say if I want to add Elon Musk, for example, to my list. And then now on Twitter alerts, if I just reload it, I just go over here, Twitter alerts, Elon Musk, it should start showing me tweets. I'm not sure. Okay, there we go. So yeah, now I can see Elon Musk tweets just like that. And then we also have the discover page as well. This is like trending meme coins, anything like that. So anything that's currently trending. Usually I don't put much attention to this page because as you can see here, this is 95 billion liquidity. There's quite a few scams in here, so you want to be careful with this page because it's it's trending, but like there's still there's ways to manipulate the algorithm and stuff. So there do tend to be quite a few scams. Deck screener might be a bit more helpful, but usually if I want to see what's popping, I usually just go over to the migrated section and focus there. Just scroll through, see what doing well, doing decent, making sure I'm keeping up to date with everything in the market. And then now we're gonna go ahead and actually look at the terminal, so the trading terminal. So let me just click over here on this coin. As you can see here, we have the different settings for the chart, so I can change this to 5 seconds for example. I usually use 1 second most of the time because it gives me the most information on the chart. You can see here we have the buys. We also have my position, so when I buy and sell this coin, I'll create a position. We have top holders here as well, so you can go through here and see how much they're buying, what's the current P&L, stuff like that, how much they have left. And then there's top traders as well, so you can see the P&L, top traders, and dev tokens. So how many tokens the dev has launched before and how many of those tokens have actually migrated. So here, as you can see here, we have our different market. We have our different buy amounts. I've not set these here because I'm using a new wallet to make this video, but we have our different buy amounts set, sell amounts. So I can go ahead and set this to like 0.002 for example. Set this to 0.005 0.1, and then let me set this to 0.3. So yeah, and then I can just go ahead and I just click that tick, and whenever I want to buy a certain amount, I can just click the number and I'll be able to buy the amount. And then obviously we have our presets over here. Now this is the way this works on BNB. It's more difficult than it works on Solana, so I'd recommend you pay attention to this because it's pretty important. Of course, we can see the priority here, average, which we can use Axiom for that. We can set our gas amount here as well. Right now it's set to 1. And the reason it's set to 1 obviously is because we've selected average here. If we select fast, as you can see, it's been set to 5. Then you can select custom as well, so you can choose your own GUI. Okay, so what GUI is, if you don't know what GUI is, it's basically just the how much you're paying for your transaction to go through. So it's similar to a priority fee in Solana. So the higher the GUI, the higher the priority fee, the quicker your transaction is going to go through. So if you want to front run somebody else really quickly, obviously you're going to set a higher GUI. Now obviously you can also set the max gas here as well. So if you want to set it to 7 for example, so you don't want it to go too overboard. Maybe if the market's kind of hot, there's a lot of transactions going through, you might set to a really high GUI. Most of the time using the average is okay, but there are certain times when maybe there's a new coin that's launched that's super hot. So for example, let me give Trump coin for example. When Trump launched, the priority fee on Solana went really high, and the reason for this obviously was because this is a hot coin by one of the most famous people in the world. So when he launches that coin, there's a lot of people who are trying to get their transaction to go through, so they've all set their priority fee to be really high, so they can get that transaction to go through before everybody else, because there's a lot of people who are also setting really high priority fees, and those transactions aren't going through because their priority fee isn't high enough. So times like that, when there's a lot of transactions in the market, that's when you're going to need a higher GUI. But usually using average is okay if you're a beginner, but if there's something hard going on, you might have to go to custom. Maybe fast or average isn't even good enough. You might have to set to something like 50 GUI or 100 GUI, something like that. But I'm going to reduce the slippage here. The slippage here is quite high, and I'm also you can also change your bribe if you want as well. It's right now set to 0, but you can change it to like 0.001 if you want, or just something a bit low to help get your transactions through it. This bribe is paid to miners to help push your transaction forward. So having a bribe can also be helpful, but send it to 0 is okay. There's nothing wrong with sending it to 0. I'm actually going to reduce my slippage to 17%, and then sell send slippage here is going to be 18% for sell. I'm going to keep the Y as average, and obviously you can have your own presets as well that you can change. Maybe you can have a custom quick preset, and you can set the Y to maybe like 10 or something, or set to a fast Y. You know, in times when you need a lot of speed, and you need your transaction to go through, you need to be sure that your transaction is going to go through. But yeah, these are the main sends that I would use, the main buy and sell sends that I would use. Let me just change the buy priority feed to average. So yeah, those are the main sends that I would use. As you can see, I can just go ahead and I'll just buy this token. And yeah, it went through in less than a second, so that's super quick. That just shows you how quick Axiom is, because usually, you know, exchanges like BNB and ETH and stuff like that, BNB is, you know, slightly quick, but it's a bit slower than Solana on average. And also here you can change your sell sends as well. So obviously you're gonna want to put this as like 25, 50, or maybe 33 if you want to sell a third, 50, and then 100%. Those are the sends I would use for your sell percentages. So I can just go ahead and sell 100% of what I have. Just click sell, and yeah, as you can see, everything's been done perfectly, and that took, you know, half a second. So yeah, that's how you trade on the terminal on Axiom. Super easy to use, super easy to do. We also do have Mev here as well. Mev is, you know, it's useful. I'd keep on secure. It's just to stop your transactions from being sandwiched. So if your slippage is like really high, your transactions are going to be sandwiched, and that means, you know, it's going to be pushed up. So you're going to end up using your max slippage, and somebody's going to take the difference for themselves. So by using the Mev mode and send it to secure, it kind of helps you, you know, stop your transactions from being sandwiched. So yeah, Mev mode is super useful as well. So yeah, this has just been a simple, easy, quick guide on how to trade BNB Memecoins on Axiom. If you do not have access to BNB on Axiom, if you want to sign up below, there will be a link in the description. Just sign up below, and there will be a code which will be moonshots. So it'll be MOONSHOTS, moonshots. And if you use that code, you will get you know, a nice discount on fees, because I have a special code, a nice discount on fees on your transaction fees and everything when you use Axiom. So yeah, that will be really, really nice as well. So make sure you go ahead down below and use my special code. But yeah, I hope you have a great day, and I'll see you in the next video.